Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd down here at A1RV today with an 8,360 pound, really smart Laredo fifth wheel coming in. We sold this to the owners down at Haylet RV down the street back when we were a Laredo dealer. And I miss this floor plan. I don't understand why this model does not exist in the modern RV industry today because it's awesome. It's basically like a 26-foot floor plan, but it gives us a living room slide and a full bedroom slide at less than 8,500 pounds. It is absolutely phenomenal for towing and going. And previous owners did quite a bit of it. They did store it inside. The nose cap does have a little fade. We're gonna shoot you straight, give you the good, the bad, with the ugly, with everything in between. But other than that nose cap, it's all good news on this one. You can see that fifth wheel tripod for stability. There's also a bunch of accessories included with the RV. The folks, they got their use out of it. They traveled around, they had some good fun, made some good memories, and just decided, I think they're done RVing. Now this is a good opportunity for you to do the same. And again, getting a full bed slide in something that's like barely 30 feet in a fifth wheel? Man, that's hard. Now I'm gonna break a little bit of normal ranks and actually just kind of sweep up here through the bedroom first, which I don't normally do. Again, getting a full bed slide like this in a very small fifth wheel is extremely rare, extremely hard to do. Now, it does have a walk-through middle bath like this, but that is for length conservation purposes. This entire RV was made to give us maximum living and maximum bedroom space in minimal length, and it accomplishes that goal very well. It is fully travel accessible. Even when that slide's closed, you can still slide through here. If I have enough battery when I'm left, I will try to close that up so you can see what I'm talking about. But this model, man, it gives us, especially with all these big windows, that's something Laredo was always really good about for a lot of years, was big windows. And I think a lot of people are going to look at this and say, why don't they still build this today? And the short answer is, I don't know. I don't know why this wasn't more popular, because I think this is an absolutely phenomenal layout. Now, like I said, there's a little fade on the nose cap, but that's due to Mother Nature. That is not due to any lack of upkeep by the previous owners or anything like that. Overall, this looks to be in stellar condition, both inside and out. It looks like they even cleaned the ceiling panels before they brought it in here for sale. If you look up at the air conditioner, you can see how it's not all dirty and fuzzy. This has been well kept. Now, I noticed up here, it looks like there was a speaker removed, but I also see where the ends of those wires were capped off. So I suspect it's possible the previous owners maybe put in their own sound system or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what the story might be there. I just noticed it, and if I see something, I'm going to say something. So this is a hide bed over here in case you have some guests. And what I like about it, its location, when it is in use, it won't cut off the entire RV. And then, again, a small RV with just big windows all over the place. I love that dining window and that rocking chair, well, actually reclining chair window over there. In this generation, a Laredo was effectively like a super Cougar. It was like a Cougar Plus, if that helps you. And then over the years, they kind of got a little bit similar, and we remained a Cougar dealer at Haylet RV. We're not a Laredo dealer any longer, but every RV has always had its good qualities. But during this generation, I really think Laredo was a true standout product. Now, that chair right there is a residential recliner. It has replaced the original factory chair that, like the other one that we saw by the big window. But I don't see any issues with that. Somebody just decided to upgrade their chair and be a little more comfortable. I can't fault anyone for that kind of decision making. Now, up top here, we have one of those big XL vent fans to really let the airflow rip through the camper. And then at a glance, you look at it and you say, well, we're kind of a little short on kitchen storage. But considering the length of the RV, I think they actually did pretty good with what they had available. And it is important to remember, you really want to start looking at every little nook and cranny of space in an RV like this. And we're going to start right down here. Because the thing is, this is much larger than what you might have thought. Now, the TV can, pivot around a little bit for some easy viewing. I like the shelf in that space. But again, that is very deep, very good for the occasional use stuff, like those extra appliances that you need every now and then kind of thing. The shelf in the overhead cabinet here really maximizes your storage capacity. And then just a little chunk of space above the fridge. They didn't want to waste it. And yeah, you might need a two-stepper to get up there, but it's better than wasted storage, right? Solid surface counters in the kitchens of these Laredos was one of those things they were kind of ahead of their time on. After Laredo kind of did this, what they called it was life-size package. The idea was that everything in a Laredo was a little bit bigger, a little bit more daily use than just common camping use. Like, they were one of the first ones to give us that bigger vent fan we were talking about. That is an 8 cubic foot two-way fridge, which now, by today's standards, seems rather bland and vanilla. But when this was made, it was ahead of its time. And that's what's so cool about this Laredo. Because it was so heavily equipped for its time, it is still very current by today's modern RV standards, which I think is really cool. Like, the table over here can extend for extra space. I mentioned a pantry. That's what this wall over here is going to be to us. That is our primary dedicated pantry space, and it's floor to ceiling. And again, you might need a 1 or 2 stepper, but I'd rather they do something like that than waste potential storage space. I just don't like any space going to waste personally. Now, you may have noticed how that countertop extension is kind of magically vanished away right there. That is what allows us, when the slide is closed, it will basically come up to just past that pantry. So you can sneak through here. You can work your way to the upper deck. Now, that ceiling fan, that max air fan that we talked about, you can reach it right here. You don't have to get the broomstick out and start poking around. Now, we have a sliding pocket privacy door right here for the bathroom. It is primarily a couples camper, but it does have, again, that guest capacity. I think that this is going to be good for 1 or 2 people who are going to do some serious towing or going. And remember, it is built with that mobile lifestyle in mind. It was designed from the ground up, tip to tail, to be as short as possible. That does mean a classic split bath like this, where the bathroom is kind of shared half in space with the bedroom. That just kind of goes with the territory, but it accomplishes the goal nicely. That is a 60 by 80 queen. It is a single 15,000 BTU air conditioner. Laredo was doing that standard before a lot of people, but it is 50 amp service and it is second air ready. If that is something in which you're interested in installing, contact our team here, and either between our team at A1 RV or down the street at Haylett RV, our sister stores a mile apart, we can make things like that happen, no problem. Now, a neat little surprise here, too. It does have a bedroom entertainment center. Usually, smaller fifth wheels like this tend not to have those kind of things. And you can see where the TV actually installs on the back of that swing-out door. So it just looks like a nice, clean closet during the day, but, it can open right up. Now, in today's world, when you see a bedroom slide, you instantly think washer-dryer prep. This does not have that feature. And I don't believe in lying by omission. Even if I have to go out of my way to tell you what something doesn't have, I want to do that so that you can always buy with confidence from our family-owned and operated facility here. Now, obviously, you've got some good dresser space. I did want to open that up for you. But the split bath here, Keystone's very good about this. Not just Laredo, but Keystone as a whole. Montana and Cougar still do this today. They're very good at maximizing the storage below the sink area. Now, flip it around the other way, using that bathroom sink there as a reference point. We've got our corner shower, and if you look at the side of the medicine cabinet, these were some of the Laredo details that I fell in love with that largely just kind of faded away over the next couple years. It sort of bummed me out because they were really smart. Like a set of power outlets on the side of the medicine cabinet like that, it's absolutely genius, because if you're going to use an electric shaver, a blow dryer, something like that, the outlets were up where you could actually reach them, where you weren't fighting with too short of an appliance cord, because I swear cords keep getting shorter from manufacturers. Slide side breeze windows, but obviously they have the night shades there. And as we slide our way over here, you see a porcelain foot flush stool instead of plastic, which was a little more common in a smaller fifth wheel like this. But again, everything has been clean, well-maintained. I don't see dings, gouges, bashes, smashes. I don't see scuffs on doors or cabinets. Inside and out, this RV was used, but it was, very lovingly maintained. Now, I had some extra juice, so as promised, I got the slide closed here. And like I said a couple times, you can slide through this thing completely with the slides closed. Use the word slide too many times, didn't I? Now, you do need to turn this chair to clear the slide, but you don't have to, pick it up and wrestle it. You just got to turn it and scoot it against the wall. No big deal right there. what is kind of nice, especially with this being a freestanding table instead of a booth, it leaves you a little bit of extra hip and room, whatnot, to kind of weave your way through here and get your way through this thing. And then, of course, we can easily just hop up the stairs. We can get to the bed. We can get to the bathroom. If you need to make a travel stop, she is fully travel stop friendly. This also has a shockingly large pass-through considering the smaller size of the RV. And if you look up top, you can see it's actually forced air heated in here. Laredo was definitely one of the first mid-profile fifth wheels like this to really put a heavier focus on heating and insulation. They were definitely ahead of the curve in that way. But you can see here things like you've got the tire guards, the leveling blocks. Previous owners, they're just done camping. And I mean, they got some good use out of this. It's not like they used it once or twice and then just abandoned it. The RV was kept, clean, maintained. It was stored indoors. Unfortunately, it was made during a brief time period around this model year where a lot of manufacturers had just started reinstating coloring on the nose caps. Unfortunately, they hadn't yet realized that they need to put color, like fade inhibitors, into their nose cap mix as well. This is one of those that unfortunately has experienced some nose cap fade. But here's the thing. Here's how I know it was well maintained. The cap might have faded, but the decals have not. That means that this was kept cleaned, conditioned by the previous owners. So it's kind of like me, where I've got a receding hairline. But overall, I'm okay. Well, I mean, not if you ask my wife, but I think I'm okay. The RV has all power jacks. It has power front leveling, power rear stabilization. Previous owners added this handy little fifth wheel kingpin tripod right here. It goes right under that kingpin notch to give the camper an additional stability point. Very nice if you have to get up and down from the bed at night and weave your way around to the bathroom. It really takes a lot of the wiggling and jiggling out of it. If I get you right up here, you can see there's no, major scuffs and scratches and dings and bangs down the side. You can see how the decals themselves actually still have a nice gleam to them. It was kept clean. The folks did what they were supposed to do. This has sealed hinges and slam latches, once again, way before a lot of brands had stuff like that. And again, they were ahead of the curve on things like heavier insulation and heating packages. Now, unfortunately, you just can't see any of it. But thankfully, having been a dealer of this product when it was brand new, I still remember my way around them pretty well. And here comes another new owner right now, taking home their fifth wheel. Well, like I said, we sell quite a few of these around here. Anyway, back to this one. I love all the windows. You can see they're tinted. I mentioned the jacks. They also added on the back here a handy little, cargo box. And they were really smart in that they never overloaded this. Because it does have to stick out a little ways. You notice how it's all custom build. It actually goes kind of around the bumper, or the spare tire. It's actually cool how it's a spare tire holder as well. I like what they did. Then inside here, they had some things like this is where they kept their, water hose, electrical cable, some leveling blocks, some extra jacks for stability. I tell you, I know you're like, man, I don't want to have to do that. But if you do choose to bring along an extra set of blocks, you put them like just in front of the tires on the chassis. And man, it will absolutely, those two extra contact points will do a huge job at keeping the trailer from bouncing around. Whether it's just in front, just behind the axles, doesn't matter. It makes a big difference. Now the awning on here is as big as it could be. If they ran it any further forward, then it would interfere with that baggage door that you see kind of with a couple gas struts holds itself up, which is convenient. This was made right before those like stable step things kind of hit the marketplace, but it does have those nice aluminum anti-slip steps, and the tires look fantastic. Remember, they had some tire covers in that front passenger compartment that you'll inherit with the RV, so the tires have not been really like weather exposed. And remember, it is made for towing and going. If I get down here, you can see the Dexter axle and suspension kind of chock system right there. That will absorb so much road impact and transit and give you a much, much smoother traveling operation. And showing you all the way through, upside down, inside and out, I think it's fair to say the roof needs a quick bath, but that is it. If you look down here, like you can see where they were doing some proactive touch-ups around some seals. The folks were very on top of their maintenance with this RV. And if I'm going to be super duper picky, it looks like a chimney an attic vent right here has partially cracked. So, yeah, I don't know, you need a couple cents worth of replacing stuff. It's just, the RV, it doesn't need anything. It's ready to go, and you're inheriting I mean, the amount of money you're inheriting in accessories compared to what maybe replacing that one little cat might need, you're coming out ahead. You're coming out way ahead. The leveling blocks alone, let alone all the other stuff. So if you like what you see, give us a call between A1 and Halet RV. We do it all. Whether you need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals. Wow. We have some stuff has rolled out of here. That used to be full just even 2 days ago. Truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. Sorry, saw a squirrel. We do everything. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Halet camping, everyone.